Big news! Hang on a second, let me adjust. There we go. Hang on, guys. That's my wife yelling at me. Okay, hi guys. We're talking about Genie Plus. I am looking things up as we speak while also trying to... Where'd you go? Hang on. Okay, what a awesome start to this live stream. Okay. Rest in peace, Fastpass, indeed. I mean, nobody really thought that this wasn't going to happen, right? I mean, we all kind of assumed that that free Fastpass was a thing of the past. Let me make sure I'm, yeah, okay. It was just a matter of time. It was just a matter of time, really, before this happened. Now, the thing is that we're going to get into details. I'm going to let people show up, but we'll chit-chat here for a minute. Thank you to Stephen Crawford for the $5 gift. He says, does this mean we only get 3 wishes? Yes, but you can, there's fine print. You can wish for more wishes, Stephen. You can wish for more wishes. My understanding was that things weren't going very well. Things weren't going very well with paid Fastpass at Disneyland Paris. So I was surprised that they reacted, or they acted this quickly in bringing it to Walt Disney World and Disneyland. As a matter of fact, I was surprised that they didn't pilot this at Disney World first and then bring it to Disneyland, which is what they typically do. Hardly anything starts at Disneyland. I am also surprised that it seems like rather than Disneyland adopting the Fastpass Plus system, which is dead anyway, but it sounds more like Genie and Disney World are adopting the Max Pass system. That's what this is. Basically, Genie Plus is Max Pass with, you know, the extra services, the trip planning or whatever, the day planning stuff, or it kind of gives you an opportunity to. I know it. They don't really give us any good. They don't really give us any good examples of how Genie Plus operates in real time. You know, actual use. They kind of show you a little bit. They hint at it in the video, but there's not, you know, real world applications. I'm not sure yet how that's going to work for dining and for looking at the little scale that tells you when to hit an attraction when the lines are low. $20 per day. I don't think there's a limit. Ryan B asked, wait, so you can only get 3 fast passes for $20? No, I don't think that's it. Somebody can check me on that, but I don't think that's it. Evan Layton, get the $5. I know change is inevitable, but I'm not sure I like this change yet. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, but we have to live with it. Because I come from a day when Fastpass was supposed to be a reason why Disneyland was better. You went to Disneyland because they had this service, and it was here for us. It was a gift to us to make our day easier and to make make a little bit more money for them. Now they've monetized guest service. It's okay. So there's that. I'm gonna skip over that. Deanna Bowers gifted $5. David, thank you so much for always keeping us up to date. You are my go-to for all Disneyland info. You are awesome and the best. Thank you very much, Deanna. We got a $5 gift from Sarah Sweet. Going to see how this affects lines before buying my Magic Key now. Very sad. Lines so smooth without Fastpass. There's no guarantee that this is going to affect the lines. I'll say that also. It's $20, 3 wishes, fast passes, but you can buy more. Yes, you can buy more. The Genie Plus service allows you to do, I think it said 1 or 2, I don't remember what the number was, maybe 3. The Genie Plus service does allow you to do that. Then you can purchase additional attractions separate from the Genie Plus service. What is not clear yet is if those attractions intersect. I don't know yet if those attractions, the list of attractions that are available for the extra paid jump the line lightning lane thing. For example, Radiator Springs was mentioned. Christian says only certain attractions will have the separate paid option. Right, this is what I'm getting at. They mentioned Radiator Springs Racers in the separate paid attraction lightning lane. It's unclear if you can get that Radiator Springs Racers lightning lane via Genie Plus without buying the extra paid Fastpass. Minty9998 says $20 is for unlimited rides on different rides across the parks, I think, as long as you can reserve your time, one selection at a time. That's what I think also. I think that seems more reasonable, but I don't know. It seems like as long as you can only have one at a time. As long as it's kind of like Max Pass, or I keep saying Max Pass. It's kind of like it's just like Max Pass, as I understand it. Chris, do you want to check me on that? Is there a limit on how many non-premium rides we can get fast passes for? Let's see. Aaron Morgan, Disney is making this so confusing for us. Aaron, there is a lot of people out there who agree about the confusing part. There are a lot of people saying that they're doing this intentionally in order to inspire us to just throw money at it, so we'll buy it and remove all the confusion. Because if you don't have Genie Plus, then you're screwed. You're not going to be able to figure anything out other than just waiting in standby. Now, that's going to be the curious thing, is what kind of effect this has on standby. And the effect will be determined by how many Genie Plus they sell and how many lightning lanes, God, I keep wanting to call it a fast pass, how many lightning lanes they are distributing throughout the day. If they are unloading lightning lanes at will, then it will have a very negative effect on standby. But if there's a limit, then it'll actually have a positive effect on standby. My assumption, my guess, is that it's going to be the former, that they're going to dump a whole bunch of lightning lanes into the system, and it is going to create havoc for standby, just like Fastpass did. Fastpass was the same. Okay, Darlene Roberts, is this a separate app from your normal app? Well, yes, it is. However, it replaces a lot of the functionality that the Disneyland app used, i.e. making reservations and things like that, looking at wait times and making dining reservations. Those things will be repeated in the Genie Plus app. Effective, I think it said fall. I don't know. Somebody can check me on that. I think they said fall. No, I can't remember. Also, note that the timing of this is 2 weeks after, coming this fall. Okay, 2 weeks after the announcement of Magic Key. This is exactly why we got a break on the fee, on the price for we got a break on the price for the annual passes. I want to read this comment here real quick. Arizona Apache says, my internal source saying Disney board saying they're trying to use different alternatives because they know their financials are hurting, which is I'm hearing all over the place. This test run till the end of the year. I guess that leaves us hope that it's not going to be forever. There is no limit to daily reservations. Okay, Natalie, that supports the idea that this is going to be bad for standby. This is going to be bad for standby because if they're not limiting, if I can keep rolling into a new lightning lane with my Genie Plus, then I can just like Max Pass. It'll work just like Max Pass, except Radiator Springs Racers will be premium. I wonder, you're going to have to pay. You might have the opportunity to pay for Rise of the Resistance. You're probably going to have to pay separate for Smuggler's Run. Maybe Space Mountain, maybe Indiana Jones, I'm not sure. But there's going to be a subset of attractions, I believe, by the way that they're making this sound, there's going to be a subset of attractions that are going to be, more, at least $20, probably more, for an individual attraction, and you will not be able to reserve those using your basic Genie Plus service. By the way, just forget Genie. It's Genie Plus or nothing. Stephen Crawford, get the $5. Lightning Lane is separate from Genie Plus. You will have to pay for one Genie Plus and separate Lightning Lane attractions. Correct. Well, the Genie Plus gives you access to Lightning Lane, but then there are, as I've just said, there are separate attractions that will not be included, that will be paid for separately than Genie Plus. But it's very confusing, and we need more information, and we don't have a lot of it right now. I'm doing my best to read between the lines. Just one app. Genie Plus is within the Disneyland app. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. Why would they? Josh Tomorrow just confirmed you will be able to buy Rise. Does anybody want to guess how much Rise is going to cost? Nick, give the $5. I'm all for it. I think the paid Lightning Lanes will help with standby times. I loved Max Pass. Sent you a 14-minute breakdown video from VP of WDW. I'll look into that. Thank you, Nick. Okay, I got a variety. 40, 30, 50, 20, 50, 25, 30. I would guess. Actually, I know this is going to suck, and you're going to hate hearing this, but I'm going to guess the high end. I'm going to guess $50 for Rise of the Resistance per person. That's what I'm going to guess. If Peter Pan at Disneyland Paris is $20, the AC just went off. Wait, David, are you hearing that for sure? It's going to start at $20? Are you talking about Genie Plus, or are you talking about, because they didn't give prices for the individual attractions. Those things are going to be flexed. The pricing for an attraction, an individual attraction like Radiator Springs Racers, is not fixed. It's going to flex based on demand. And if demand is super high, then it could hit 50. It could. If it's 20, well, that feels like a bargain to me. Julianne B, get the $5. Any idea of single rider or the tram are coming back at any point? Does this take away the virtual queue options? Single rider's here already. Single rider's already a thing. I imagine it'll stay. The trams, I have no idea. Trams, I would say there's no reasonable time in the near term. It's going to be long term before we see the trams. Virtual queue, according to the blog post, virtual queue is still going to be a thing. You can still do virtual queue, and you can still do standby. But I like I said, Radiator Springs and Rise of the Resistance, Flex, there's no way it's going to stay at 20 if it's demand pricing. Demand's high for those. Radiator Springs, people forget Radiator Springs is very high demand because it's a ride that kids want to go on desperately. Kids very much want to go on Radiator Springs Racers, but it's difficult for kids to, as a friend of mine said, it's difficult for kids to manage a 90-minute wait. So parents are compelled. They almost feel obligated to get the Fastpass, or they're going to feel obligated to get the Lightning Lane for Radiator Springs. Okay, let's see. Noah, why not make this system one simple cost where if you want it to be like a Max Pass, Fast Pass, you just have it as an add-on as the cost of a ticket that day, $125, and then you get all the Fast Passes, because they don't want it to be simple, Noah. They don't want it to be simple. I don't know how else to put it. They don't want that. Sarah DeBose, give the $2. Two systems seem confusing for most people. Thanks, David. That's why we exist, to try to make it simpler for you. And we're actually going to try to do even more now. We've got a lot of studying to do to find out how to make this work for you and to find out what you need to do. I would say if we don't, first, there's going to be a lot of guests. where it's going to be essential. You can't go without it. And this is going to piss off a lot of annual pass holders, for the set of annual pass holders who do like to go on rides. It's funny because a lot of annual passers will say, I don't even like to go on rides. It's not a big deal. Whatever. I just go to be there at the park. Well, here you go. But the problem is, it's funny. It's funny. I went on a rant not long ago about how it was possible that in a long enough timeline, in 5 or 10 years or 15 years, that Disney would go back to the a la carte e-ticket system, where you buy a book of tickets and you enter each attraction and you pay for each attraction separately. And many people said, hey, that's reasonable, but they're going to lower the price of the ticket, right? They have to lower the price of the admission ticket to do that, right? Right? It's like that meme on Twitter, right? They're going to do that, right? No, they're not. They're not going to do that. This is exactly what this is. This is just a short hair away. This is just a short hair away from e-tickets, this system, because now you're paying for a Fastpass, basically, for the ride of your choice, and then everything else, you're not going to go on any of the rides. You're not going to go on standby unless it's like the dark rides and things like that. But you're not going to go on any of the rides. This is it. But you're still paying the same. It's still going to cost you $125 to $150 or whatever to get in. The annual pass is going to be the same price as it was yesterday. This is why the Dream Pass was only $1,400 because this. I called it. I thought it was going to be in 5 or 10 years, but it took 2 months. It took 2 months for this to happen. All right. I'm on a rant right now, man. Okay, hopefully though, when more information comes online, we're gonna be able to make sense of this. Thank you to Evan Layton for the $5 gift. The least they could do is give me a ticket book, right? Right? Just go ahead and, if they did it, think of the nostalgia. How many people would start buying tickets if they did that? Kathy Albright, get the $5, thank you. Ann Wolf says, I thought it was $20 a day. It is, yes, it is $20 a day per person, but there's a limit to how useful that $20 is. There's a limit. And if you want to ride if you want to go on Rise, if you want to go on Radiator Springs Racers, it's going to cost you $20 plus whatever those rides would cost. So it could be 40, 50, who knows? Now, I don't want to say it too early. It all depends on how many. If there's no limit, then I don't know, man. I don't know. Everybody's going to use this, right? Show of hands right now. Are you buying Genie Plus for $20, or are you waiting in standby? Give me one or the other. Genie Plus for $20 or standby. Darlene Roberts, gift the $5. When I was a kid, I always asked my dad, we need more e-tickets. Daddy, we need more e-tickets. Stephen Crawford, gift the $20. Lightning lanes are just entrance portals for Genie Plus and Lightning Lane. There will be a list of rides, one for Genie Plus and one for Lightning Lane. You will pay $20 for the Genie Plus rides and separate price for Lightning. Correct. Okay, neither, no. Wait, no, you got to say standby or Genie Plus. Are you gonna go standby or Genie Plus? Buying, no question. Genie Plus, no, I'm buying. I refuse. Okay, interesting. It almost feels like I think standby's winning. Yeah, oh, definitely. Standby is starting to win. Standby's pulling ahead. Just by my own eyeballs. We have a lot of folks. Now, okay, let me follow that up. Let me give you another question. Are you a Magic Key holder, or are you a single day ticket purchaser? Which are you? What is the predominance? The predominant of the 961 people are here. I want to know how many of you are Magic Key and how many of you are single day. Magic Key is an annual pass. And it looks like Magic Key is winning by a lot. Our fans are magic key holders. Wow. Okay, so just my own sort of, what do you want to call it? Hold on. JJ Diaz, get the $5. Thank you. So here's the fine print to the keys being cheaper than the past year. Yeah, exactly. Just a casual observation. It sounds like to me that annual pass holders are going to go standby. And I like turtles also. I think annual pass holders are going to go standby. That's what this feels like right now. That they're not going to opt into the Genie Plus. Genie Plus, and this goes towards the conversation we had in the podcast that Ronnie and I did yesterday that we published, or no, we published today. In that podcast today, I said that Disney is trying to turn Disneyland into Disney World. They're trying to treat Disneyland guests as if they are Disney World guests. And I don't know if they're going to get the cooperation from Disneyland guests who are predominantly annual pass holders. Well, not predominantly, but certainly a larger percentage of Disneyland guests are annual pass holders than Walt Disney World are. Christopher Quinn, gifted $5. Just check the Disneyland app, and Web Slingers is a 360-minute wait. You can still get a boarding pass, also stand by all the way. $5 gift from Stephen Crawford. I'm going to pay whatever it takes. We'll buy the Dream Key, Genie Plus, Lightning Lane, and During Christmas candy canes. All right. We got a true believer. Stephen Crawford is a true believer. Mercury Waxing, gifted $5. Want to see how many attractions are extra? Yes. But we'll find out before we have to buy. I go to e-tickets at open or the end of the day. Who does Radiator Springs at 2 p.m.? Crazy people. That's who. I would tend to agree with that. But not everybody plans the way that or participates in Disneyland like annual pass holders do. Why is it more expensive for Disneyland than Walt Disney World? Good question. I don't know. But I think the logic is that Disney has always believed that Disneyland will pay a premium for this kind of service. Fastpass Plus was free. The Magic Band was free. They never had a paid Fastpass, any kind of system at Disney World until this. We had to pay Max Pass for a while. So I think that the Disneyland guests are more willing to pay a premium for this than Disney World guests are. Okay, so a bunch of people are saying what's happening. Disney has just announced the death of Fastpass. Fastpass and Max Pass are gone. They're gone. They're being replaced by Genie Plus. And Genie Plus is going to be in both parks, both Disney World, Disney World and Disneyland here at the Disneyland Resort. It's paid. Genie Plus is $20, and it's going to give you, Genie Plus is basically Max Pass with a little bit extra. It's Max Pass on steroids. And then you've also, in addition to Genie Plus, you have the ability to buy more Lightning Lanes, Fast Passes, for those attractions that aren't already included in Genie Plus. What does this mean for PhotoPass? I think somebody said it's included. Let me look here. Hold on. Disney Genie Plus will also include unlimited PhotoPass downloads, so it's included. PhotoPass is included in Genie Plus. Genie Plus, right? Yeah, not Genie, basic Genie. Genie Plus. I want to know who's using Genie. That's what I would like to know. If you're going to go to Genie, you might as well go to Genie Plus, right? How is PhotoPass working now? Same as it's always worked. I don't think Genie is useless. I really don't think it's useless. It has its benefits. You just have to know how to use it correctly. We don't know enough about it yet to really say that, for sure what is good and what isn't. But the piece alone, the software alone that tells you which attractions are experiencing low wait times right now, as opposed to what their historical numbers are, is useful. Now, how useful that is for anybody who's not paying close attention, because just as soon, for example, you got Genie and you love Space Mountain and you put Space Mountain on your checklist, and I want to know when Space Mountain's good. You tell me when Space Mountain's good. And then Genie says, hey, The Space Mountain wait right now is 30 minutes. This is the time to get on Space Mountain because normally it's 60 minutes, right? So you use that queue and it tells you to go to Space Mountain. Now, if everybody's using the free Genie service, then everybody's going to go to Space Mountain at that point, right? Because everybody wants to know when Space Mountain is low. And it doesn't take long for the wait times to catch up and something else goes low. So you have to be watching the app, which is unfortunate, obviously, because people don't want to be on their phones so much while they're in the park. I've been looking for less reasons to be on my phone, not more. Can this be added to Magic Key? No. There is no yearly pass version of Genie Plus. Hayden Sutterman gifted $6. Google Max Pass for Genie. Then go to images for an easy comparison provided by Disney. It summarizes the features in detail. Disney made that? That's interesting. I would definitely look at that. Cliff Notes. Genie Plus is basically Max Pass Plus with a little extra. I mean, it's Max Pass with a little extra. Christopher Quinn, get the $5. Why my head hurts trying to figure out what is going on, and more to the point, how am I going to pay for all of this? Yeah. Michael Bomber, give the $5. To get that churro like always, I'm going to have Magic Keys, so I'll just do standby since the queues are great. I'll be in no rush. Yeah, Chris says Max Pass with a little extra and some major asterisks, which we're hopefully going to detail in a video coming soon. But to Christopher's question, they want your head to hurt. I know it sounds sucky. They do though, man, because they want you to buy it. The money is going to cure your headache. It sucks to say, right? But actually, it's funny. To my thinking, to the way I visit the park, Genie Plus just simplified everything for me because I'll be doing standby. I'll be doing standby on everything. Thank you very much. Corey Dawn, gift the $5. Big advantage for Walt Disney World, no longer $70 for one day's photos. I'll do Genie Plus from time to time just to do, field tests. But I think that as the way I do the parks, I probably will not, I don't think I'll be doing a lot of Genie Plus myself. I'll be doing a lot of standby. Hopefully, it's not a disaster. It only includes PhotoPass at Disneyland? Oh, really? Really? I'm looking that up. Oh, you're right. Guys, PhotoPass is free only for Disneyland. Wow. Why? Because people take more photos at Walt Disney World because it's more of a thing? Is PhotoPass a big deal at Disney World? Because I think it is, right? More so than it is here. Wow. That's the $5 difference, right? At least. Why? Because I'll tell you why, Miniature Missy. I think it's because Disney World guests are willing to pay the premium for PhotoPass. They're willing to pay, just like we're willing to pay the premium for Max Pass here. I think they're willing to pay the premium for PhotoPass. I think they're just willing. $70 a day, $170 for the entire trip. Matthew Thomas, gift the $5. It feels like the Genie service is telling you how to enjoy the park, but the best way to enjoy the park is to let the park happen to you. I think I've heard a very thought-provoking gentleman say that on more than one occasion. This guy I know has said that many times. I'm trying to recall his name. I think he's got a YouTube channel out there where he does trip reports and stuff like that. But I remember him saying very often that you should just let the park happen to you. Take your time. Don't be in a hurry. Follow the Disney winds. Does that sound familiar? That's what I'm going to do when I go to Disneyland. By the way, let it be repeated that somebody has said that there's a possibility this is not a permanent situation. We're going to see how this is just a field test, perhaps. I am surprised that they went with it so quickly, though. without getting good results from Paris yet, because Paris is still on minimum capacity. Disneyland Paris is they're still at limited capacity, so we don't even know how well really the paid Fastpass system is working over there. Evan Layton, I don't need no genie telling me how to Disney. That they're trying, but that's what people do at Walt Disney World. People have been so trained, you know, with the way, because you have to schedule everything. You have to schedule all your dining reservations 3 months in advance or whatever it is. What is it? 3 months? 4 months? People are trying to book reservations 4 months in advance. They're trying to do that at Disneyland. I don't know if it's gonna work, man. I don't know. Matt Daniels gifted $2. They don't need all guests to use Genie Plus to make money. No, they don't. They do not. Nor, I think, do they even want all guests to use it. Hammer You get to $10. Is there any reason why it's so difficult to get Blue Bayou and other reservations? My friends and I have been doing the 60 days out at midnight, 3 a.m. and 8 a.m. with nothing. I don't know. I have asked, somebody had given me a hack for that, but I can't remember. I asked them to hit me up again, but something about clearing the cache on your browser and using something besides Chrome. Ann Wolf gifted $5. She says, my family just booked a trip to Walt Disney World next May. I will consider Genie Plus if it seems useful. I am reconsidering purchasing a Magic Key because of Genie Plus. Well, I don't think it should affect your desire to purchase a pass, because you can still enjoy the park. Disneyland is still going to be plenty enjoyable as an annual pass holder without Genie Plus, in my opinion. But I do Disneyland differently than your average person. So I don't know if my opinion is the same as everybody else's. Joseph Chevarela, God, I'm sorry, I butchered your name. Gifted $5. Do you believe there's a chance they will include Genie Plus with the Dream Key? No chance. No chance. Well, I should say, it'll be a while. If they do that, it'll be next February when they announce the new pricing for passes next February, which I'm assuming will be the case. They might announce, they might include that. They might include that in the fee. I don't know. That's only if it goes badly. Stephen Crawford, get the $5. Might have to cross the streams. You and Best Life and Beyond are both live now. Well, do feel free, whichever you prefer. I'm not here to tell you which one to watch, but Fresh Baked and stuff. Is there any aspect of Genie that is pay per attraction? Yes, absolutely. Well, no, I take that back. No, there's Genie Plus, and then there's also the ability to buy premium fast or lightning lanes. Now, I don't know if you have to have Genie Plus in order to have access to those premium attractions or not. I'm trying to confirm that, but I think you can do that separately. Matter of fact, let me see. Well, no, the only thing it references here when it comes to Genie Plus and the individual attraction selections is that it says, subject to limited availability, attractions not included with Genie Plus. So it does say that the attractions that you get separately, the attractions that you buy separately, are not included in Genie Plus. How do you get Genie Plus? You download it. It's an app. Yes, we know Genie Plus will be $20. Genie Plus will be $20 here at Disneyland, $15 at Disney World. If you're looking for Liz, yeah, Liz is on Dork Fresh Mama on Instagram, and then she's also pretty much the only one making content on the Royal Dorks channel on YouTube. She's doing a lot. Basically, she wants to take the thing to just basically Halloween and horror. That's it. I'm fine with it. I love horror. You have to pay per attraction. You don't have to, Victoria. This is basically Fastpass. If you want to, you don't have to. You can go standby. You can go standby. I forgot my coffee. Drat. Let me see here. What time is it? Oh, I gotta check. Hold on. Liz is live right now. She is. Liz is doing. Liz is live on Instagram right now. because she's doing a Dunkin' Donuts Halloween drink taste test at Dunkin'. So she's live on Insta right now. So if you prefer Halloween drinks at Dunkin' Donuts over talking about Genie Plus, then find her at Dorkfresh Mama on Instagram. So $20 for the app per day. Yes, that is correct. $20 for the app per day. Max Pass was $10 per day. So what's the difference? Well, Kelly, the difference is $10. The difference is $10. I don't think that's correct, Carrie. I don't think that's correct, but I'm not sure. The language is a little bit iffy on some of that how many you can buy thing. 1 or no. 2, no. 2, let's try 2. 20. No, hold on. Individual attractions, schedule a time to arrive at up to 2 highly demanded attractions each day. Oh, so it's the premium attractions, the Radiator Springs and Rise of Resistance, 2 a day. Interesting. Will you have to buy one for your entire party? Yes, 1 per person. How often can you make Lightning Pass selections using Genie Plus? 1 at a time. You can do 1 at a time. No, it's not for all rides. No, we don't know what rides are going to be included yet, but it's not for all rides. David, at what point does Disney's nickel and diming become a turnoff? Well, that's individual. You know, but this is not a new thing, you guys. They've been nickel and diming us for forever, basically. This is a thing that I've been watching, observing since I started covering Disneyland. So this is not new. So your breaking point is different for everybody. But I'll say this: the park is still plenty crowded, or it was, you know, while all that was happening. So that obviously, definitely, you know, people have different levels of how much is enough. Is Disneyland making a profit? Sort of. It depends on how you measure it. The parks by themselves are Disneyland's still not, but as part of the whole unit, the financial unit, it is just barely. Harry Chess says this won't last. There will be so much confusion. They like that. They want the confusion. They embrace the confusion. Disney does, that is. How about a Magic Key with all the bells and whistles? Not going to get that. Is this going to affect how many people get APs? Well, the APs, that was never part of the, you know, we knew going in, when they put Magic Keys up for sale, you can see going in that Max Pass or Fast Pass was not included in that purchase. So it's a known thing. So I don't think this will affect Magic Key sales. There is no more free Fast Pass. Correct. Free Fast Pass is dead. And someday they'll find a way for us to monetize standby. Vicinity Studios get the $10. I'm going to Disneyland on Monday, party of 4, to get a guaranteed ride on Rise of Resistance. What time do I join the boarding group? Well, it's at 7 a.m. You have to get on your app. Vicinity, you got to watch a video on that. It feels like you don't fully know everything you need to know about how to do a boarding pass, but they're distributed at 7 a.m. through the app, through the Disneyland app, and they're gone within a minute. The Rise of Resistance virtual queue slots, the boarding passes are gone. There's no queue. There's no physical queue that you stand in. It's on the app. Laramie says, I missed it. Are you okay with the change? I would rather be free, you know, or have the old MaxPass system and have it included in the annual pass or something like that. I would prefer that. I don't like paying for Fastpass. I think it's kind of scandalous that they're doing that, but I'll live with it. I'm still going to the park. It's not going to change. It may change how I do the park. I will certainly be going on fewer rides. I won't be doing a lot of. I probably won't be buying Genie Plus very often. And I won't be buying the individual, the Rise of Resistance. I'll take my shot. Be on the app by 6:55, certainly. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. You could be 6:58. As long as you're there and ready to hit the join button at 7 a.m. That's the only thing that matters. Yeah, I won't be buying Rise of Resistance. I'll take my chances with the virtual queue or wait for it to go standby someday, which I do think it will. We're already seeing some of that effect wearing off. What do you call it? Web slingers. It's pretty easy to get a web slinger boarding pass these days. So I don't know. It's going to affect how I do the park a little bit, but it won't affect my desire to go. Tamia Casario gets $5. Thank you very much. How do you think virtual queues will work with Magic Keys? They're not connected at all. There is no connection. Mar gets $5. Headed to your channel as soon as I heard the news. Thanks for breaking all this down for us. I'm trying. I don't know everything there is to know yet. I've really got to digest this quite a bit. I'm going to spend some time on this today, and hopefully we'll do another, one of our traditional FAQs. When I have the time and ability. Can you still use Disney Genie without paying for the upgraded version? Yes, but I don't think the regular Disney Genie has. Somebody correct me on this. Can you get a Lightning Lane without upgrading to Genie Plus? I tried to scan that, but I think you have to buy Genie Plus, the $20 thing. I think you have to buy that, and then you have access to Lightning Lane. So Genie, the standalone Genie version, only is about planning your day, making reservations. It's kind of like the Disneyland app. Okay, there you go. A lot of people are confirming you have to pay for the $20 Genie Plus in order to have access to Lightning Lane, which makes sense. That's the way MaxPass was. Well, I take that back. MaxPass did not get rid of the paper Fastpass, the kiosks that existed. There was still, even though you had a paid version, the MaxPass, even though you had that, there was still a free version available for Fastpass if you went to the actual kiosks and did it that way. That's gone now. There is no free Fastpass at all. When does Genie App go live? In the fall. It's coming this fall. Read the D23. Yeah, I haven't read that yet. I saw this news and I got online. So I'll look for that. I'll look for the Josh Tomorrow interview. Yeah, Single Rider is not going to go away because it's an awesome tool. Single Rider is an awesome tool to increase throughput, increase ride occupancy, ride capacity. I don't understand why anybody would be there. I've heard people are against Single Rider. They don't like Single Rider because it gets abused, maybe. But that doesn't change the fact that it gets more people. For every person that uses Single Rider, that's a person that isn't in a standby queue. It fills all available seats. So there's no wasted seats, and it makes it Single Rider makes standby faster. That's the bottom line. I don't know why I went on a tangent just now, but somebody mentioned it. I just want to feel like saying that because for whatever reason, there are people who are against Single Rider. But Single Rider is absolutely a win for Disneyland guests. Okay. Do I know how long Thunder Mountain will be closed? Well, I think that's what they said. They said in the announcement it was going to be in the fall, I think, back in the fall. Did I see Web Slinger's virtual queue isn't selling out? Yes, I did see that. You know, That is a great observation. Okay, so a geeky nerd says, I wonder when they'll have to replace all the Fastpass signs with lightning lane signs. They went through a lot of trouble to make those Fastpass signs. Web Slingers has a sign that says Fastpass on it. Now, I know it's probably not a big deal to retool the whatever machine it is that made that to turn it into a lightning lane, but they're going to have to do that. We're going to be seeing new signs that say lightning lane instead of Fastpass. Disney Steve get to $5. I wonder what will happen with all the kiosks. Well, the kiosks aren't going anywhere, are they? Boy, they just built a kiosk for Avengers Campus. Yeah. The kiosks are going to go away. They're going to have to destroy all those physical kiosks. They just built that thing for Avengers Campus. Interesting. Did they not know? Right, that's right. How do you... That tells you that they have no idea what they're doing. Oh, there's no plan. They're winging it. They're winging it, you guys. They're winging it. By the way, somebody asked, why do they change the name? Because Fastpass has a mental connotation to guess that it's free. Fastpass, people assume Fastpass as being a free thing, and they want to change the. They have to change the way we observe that. Oh man, I cannot believe that. I'm just. Yeah, to Miniature Missy's point, she says, I'm really glad I love my job because, yeah, me too. I'm really glad that I love Disneyland so much and I love being a content creator for Disney, because if I were just a layman Disneyland fan, this would just infuriate me. This would be so confusing and so like, I don't get it. I don't get it. They don't know what they're doing. Laramie, it's not $20 per year. It's $20 per day. So no, you couldn't just say they raised the prices of a ticket to $20. If you go 20 times a year, they raised the price of the ticket $400. It's $20 per day. Per day. I do $20 a year. Yeah, hell yeah. I'd be all over $20 a year. But $20 a day, I go 100 times maybe. Well, at least 50. Well, I know, but you're saying if you're going to add $20 to the price of your AP, you can't just add $20 to the price of your AP. It's, it's a lot. But yeah, if I'm going 50, 75 times a year, there's just no way. I'm not paying $1,400 for Genie. There's no way, right? If I go 50 times, if I go once a week, that's $1,000 a year. No way. And then more if I want to go on Rise of Resistance through the Lightning Lane. I'm going to go standby. I have to. The frequent visitor, the high volume visitor is not buying Genie Plus. Oh, I got you, Laramie. Okay, I see. I was thinking, I think I see everything through the AP filter sometimes. Sometimes I forget that there's people out there buying tickets. Because I can't imagine a world where I would do that. But I guess I just did, because I just survived that whole quarantine, or the reopening. Steve Gershenfeld gifted $5. Lightning Lane should hopefully be faster since only paid. That's the hope. That's the hope, is that if they make it so unaffordable that only few people are going to do it, then then that becomes a real benefit for those people doing it, which is fine with me. I'm okay with that. It gets them out of the standby queue, and it makes our life easier. So it's not a done deal that this is going to kill standby. Although I would lean, if I was like on the fence, I would lean toward it not being good for standby. Sarah Bethea gifted $5. I will be using it for our 5-day trip. We won't be back for a couple of years, so I'm going to make the most of it. And there you go. Sarah is the guest that Disney wants. Sarah is that guest that's only coming to the park. She's a Disney World guest. not a Disneyland guest who lives here and goes 20, 30, 40 times a year. Sarah is the guest that this product is aimed directly at. Angel Demon gifted $5 late to the party. Is this going to be a better replacement for Max Pass? Better is, I don't know. It's hard to say, but it is a replacement for Max Pass. It is Max Pass with extras and as Chris put it, some asterisks. Okay, so have I covered everything? Do we have any more questions, you guys? Because I've got work to do. We have to pay for Genie Plus and per ride. Sort of. Genie Plus comes with a certain amount of rides, but if there are other rides that aren't part of Genie Plus. Genie Plus, for example, will not include Radiator Springs Racers or Rise of the Resistance. Those are a premium that you're going to have to pay separately for. Another 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks. They're going to be flex pass or flex pricing, demand pricing, so it could change. It could change. It could be anywhere from 20 to whatever. Who knows? Is Genie taking the place of the Disneyland app? I guess, yeah, one could say that. Eventually, I think they'll both exist, but there's really no reason to have one if you have the other. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway will be a lightning deal, but we're still 2 years from that. This thing won't even be around by then, maybe. 15 attractions included for Genie Plus. Well, there you go. We have 15 attractions. It's probably the same Fastpass attractions we have now. Let's run them down. Matterhorn, Space Mountain, Small World was Fastpass. Okay, and then Star Tours, Buzz Lightyear was Fastpass, and then Indiana Jones, Haunted Mansion, Splash Mountain, Millennium Falcon, Roger Rabbit. Let's see, what am I missing? I'm at 10. Big Thunder, that's 11. Autopia Thunder, no, Autopia won't be single or Fast Pass. That's 11. Well, I'm only at Disneyland right now. Oh, I guess if we go to DCA, then you go Guardian, or you go Mission Breakout, Web Slingers, Radiator Springs, Goofy Sky School, and Soarin', that's 16. Incredicoaster, so that's 17. So, oh, Grizzly Peak is 18. Yeah, Grizzly Peak would count. That's a Fast Pass. So I'm at 18 between the two parks, right? I'm at 18 between the two. Toy Story, 19. There you go. Rhonda Cake gifted $5. Think they will do an add-on for Genie Plus? No, no. They will not add on to Magic Keys. So I'm at 19. So whoever said fewer was probably right. It's going to be fewer. So some of those have got to fall off. We'll look into that and let you guys know as soon as possible. On that note, I'm going to go start doing my homework now and let you guys know everything that I discover. Thank you very much for joining us for this little hour edition of Fresh Baked. And don't forget, guys, there are 1,265 people here. If you haven't already watched our podcast, do that. Me and Ronnie have put together a pretty good podcast. We started last week. We're gonna be airing on Wednesdays. You can watch them on YouTube. You can watch the podcast on YouTube, or you can download it on all of your favorite platforms. What do you call it? Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Buzzsprout. Do all that. Rate and review and comment. Be kind to Fresh Baked. I think that Ronnie wants to throw some money at you guys if you do all that. Somebody's going to win some money. So maybe we'll give away some swag later too. But you gotta watch and you gotta rate and you gotta subscribe and you got to review all those things. So check that out. I will put links and everything in the description for all that. And then follow us on Instagram _FreshBaked, on Twitter FreshBakedDisney, that's Fresh with no E, on TikTok at FreshBakedDisney, on the main channel, yes, on the main channel. And then if you guys want to show your support for Fresh Baked, please do consider joining our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/freshbaked. We love you guys very much. Thank you very much for watching, for hanging out with us, for being so kind, and for being so, we're on MySpace. Yes, we're on MySpace. For being so generous and kind. I love you guys. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned for more. We're going to be covering Genie in detail, so stand by, and we got you covered. We'll see you next time. Respect.